city in Korea. And Misfits find themselves one map down to Lunatic High, albeit a very close one. Undecided on Hollywood, it led us to Nepal in a quick tiebreaker. And it was Lunatic High that took the point to begin with. Traded briefly, but Lunatic High closed it out in the end. Now, what do they bring to the table? It is looking like a very standard lineup from Lunatic High, almost identical. Just a slight change with the Lucio coming in there instead of the Zaya would be pretty much the same lineup they brought to Hollywood.
Yep, I just am curious about where they're going to hold in particular, because they don't have double hit scans, so holding from a high ground and a far is a little bit difficult to do with just Eska. So they're going to have to get a little bit down and dirty, but then again, Misfits, I mean, running no Diva, running Zebasai and Zara, which we know he can play exceptionally well. You see Toby and Jaehong. They're trying to see if anyone was going to, I think, flank around the side.
Trying for the sneaky flank,
but they're just going to sit up on the high ground here. So Misfits have to fight an uphill battle. Question is, do they want to get on the hill too, or do they want to get directly on the point?
Well, they're going straight for the flank all the way around the side. Tveek's going to get himself the high ground. That's exactly what he wants. Tried to get the shot straight away onto Dean there. You could see he was aiming, lining it up, but didn't manage to land it. Of course, Eska sitting behind that shield, sitting pretty. So this is an interesting little battle. Tveek's kind of got himself separated from the pack, though, so he's not sitting in this cluster of tanks just around the side. Reinforce going to get forced in. Zebasai does get picked off, so he's the first man down. Tveek, as we saw many, many times, getting chased down by that Diva, getting picked off. So it is going to be Lunatic High will hold strong as Zave and Manhattan throw themselves off and think, Luminosity, save me!
Okay, Jaehong though, playing the Diva, he 1v1'd, I want to say it was Zave in the beginning. Zebasai in the beginning. He was able to actually pick the kill onto him with the extra support out of Eska. And then like from that, he was able to force Tveek out with the help of Dean, who hit a bio grenade on top of him. Obviously Tveek, with the bio grenade, you can't actually contest the Diva 1v1. You don't have your bio field you can use. You can't pick up that big health pack that's directly under you, that Mega. So you kind of have to just back away and eventually just die from this one. But Misfits, they seem to want to continue to go for this high ground. Manson being stepped out. They don't have the shield battle one anymore. Jaehong takes down Reinforce.
I didn't say the sleep actually did him favor because Tveek was behind him, and I think the big old hitbox of Roadhog kind of blocked the
big
sleep
bone, right?
It's
just genetics.
He's just had a lot to eat, that's all. But Tveek actually survived. So okay, so they've put themselves on the side. They did lose one person, but they managed to flank out in time. You can see Tveek trying to get creative, trying to use every little angle. Now, everyone watching at home that's probably played this in ranks, etc., is probably thinking, this does not play out how I normally play out. This is how pro games tend to work. You tend to go for the flank maneuvers, of course, giving up the high ground. Jaehong once again finding Zebasai, but this time the nano boost flank comes out for Tveek, and he gets hooked straight in, and sleep darted, dealt with absolutely brilliantly. Still not been killed off, but now he gets pushed off the side. I think he actually stepped backwards.
I think he accidentally jumped off.
Yeah, I think he accidentally went. That's pretty disastrous. After all the work the support did to save him.
And the self-check going to come in just to zone them away from the point. I mean, the thing is, Misfits hit a great hook. Manson pulled in Eska. They had the man advantage, but the problem was they just didn't get the kills off the back of that, and Jaehong again on the Diva was able to pick up kill after kill after kill. Misfits having the man advantage were unable to take the point, and now they're starting to really struggle. This must be a map that they're not necessarily have practiced much, I want to say.
The Eska and Tveek zoom in there. The focus face, but Eska has got himself tactical visor, but so does...
No, he used it in the last one. Yeah, Tveek used it. He even got nano boost in that one. They committed a lot to it, but he gets hooked in right away by Tayshion as he comes around the corner, and then dies because he, I guess, fell off.
Instant tag down on Nevix. Yeah, there was no other way around it. He fell off. He stepped away. Here we go. Tactical visor goes down, and run and hide supports because you're in all sorts of trouble. It's Tveek that's trying to get the peek around the side, but you can see the damage that's going down on him. Zebasai down to nothing. He's going to get forced away. He will get taken out by Eska in the end there. Of course, the nano boost comes in just to keep him going a little bit longer. Reinforce, he can't do a great deal. He gets himself a swing, gets a kill, but sadly, it doesn't matter. It's all for naught because Eska's still up here. It's Tveek, it's a straight up duel, but Jaehong gets in his face.
But they're getting the kills, and Misfits can reinforce this point a lot quicker. Lunatic High can. Eska's pretty much the last man alive here. Eventually, he's just going to jump off. He can't do anything about this. And Nevix with a clutch sleep dart onto Dean from long range allows him to have the healing advantage coming into the fight, and eventually the kill advantage to take the first point here.
So, 4 minutes on the clock is what they have to play with as we move in. Of course, the reason the Lunatic High decide to wipe themselves out like that, you've got to be careful. You can, of course, have a quick switch of points. You've all seen it in these assault map environments. Tavik getting a good heal up there, and you can see they're going to force it. So Tavik getting nano boosted early on here. Sound barrier comes down in reaction to it. You can see he's going to force away, gets himself one on Toby, gets around the back of Miro, quickly runs and flanks, goes around the side because Eska's caught Zave down. Madison has the whole hog available. There's going to be the self-destruct coming out, and he just stands and faces it like a man.
Yeah, Tavik's just going to die as well. He's just going to jump off here on the side. Second time he's died through deaths like that. But anyways, like the point is that
he meant to do it before, of course.
Yeah. On 2 CP maps, it's so hard to finish the map if you don't have a very clean first fight and then still have ultimates left to use later on because of the delay factor that a defending team can put up. So yeah, Misfits, like you can get 1-2 kills, but if you don't get those kills quickly together and you don't keep all of your team alive, it's going to be really hard and almost, I want to say, impossible to actually finish the capture against a good team like Lunatic is. So it's going to be a big struggle for them, I think, 3 minutes left to actually take this point. They don't really have any ultimates to use here either, and Tajan already able to get the hook on a Manton the kill.
Yeah, didn't even force the ulti out of Eska there, but Eska's been picked up by Tavik there. All for naught though, sadly, because the rest of the team have gone down. So managing to take down that soldier before using the ulti, but it's just simple ulti build for Misfits there. Unfortunately for them, Lunatic High are going to be sitting on a stack themselves.
Yeah, it was actually better for Lunatic High because they didn't use a single ultimate, still won the fight, and then have more ultimates ready to go into the next one. So now Misfits have to maybe look at a different avenue of attack. They're still going to commit to the same lineup they have because they have heroes that are available.
He had to have caught him with a rogue rocket, like just a sneaky rogue rocket. You see what I said there? A sneaky rocket that Dean wasn't watching, or Dean was maybe focused his attention elsewhere because Eska just dropped while the rest of the action was going. So he must have had his focus on him. Reinforce blocks out the Earth Shatter. Is it going to be enough though as he tries to force himself away? There's Tavik getting himself the ulti down. Can't get his glance onto Dean there. He's got Tactical Advisor ready and waiting to go. Eska does though take down Zebasai as everybody else does to run and hide. Maniton round the side gets him out. Dean on the flank there for Tavik. Gets himself the kill. Miro has to run and hide. This may well be the point switching over. Now it has been a bit of a trickle of kills. Not ideal at best of times for Misfits, but they might be able to get themselves one of the markers down if they can clear off Jaehong.
He saved his Tactical Advisor here. Tavik is just looking for the perfect opportunity to use it on the supports. Eska's actually around the corner. He's been able to spot Tavik, able to force him back onto the point here with only 30 HP. He's going to be chased down here in Misfits. Yeah, you got a couple of kills. Yeah, you finally got to the point that the reinforcements are going to be there. And Lunatic High will hold again.
Eska picks Tavik off just as it's like the dying action sequence as he dives around the corner, platoon style, just hands in the air. Why? But Misfits themselves do have some decent ultis built. Toby's going to have the Graviton Surge as well, but you can see Zebasai has one, Tavik has the Nano Boost, Tavik is ready to go. So this might be a good chance for Misfits, but unfortunately they didn't get themselves a marker on the board.
Keep in mind you said Toby about to have Graviton Surge. So their Lucio player is not playing Lucio. They're actually still running a solo heal out of Dean. So they want to run this quad tank setup with the soldier, and so far it's working out for him. Zebasai's going to get a good Graviton Surge off, yes, but Tavik's not going to be effective because of the defense matrix. He has his Tactical Advisor pop, but it's just not going to work out, and Toby hits himself up a double.
It was a double Graviton Surge, so it was back and forth, but Toby is the man that gets the charge up, and that may well be all she wrote for Misfits because that was their big hoorah. They're going to have themselves the Nano Boost still available to use in there, and of course Reinforce has his Earth Shatter, but that is about all she wrote for Misfits as they try and make one final push.
I mean, they're going to have the chance. Toby switched over to Tracer now. He's actually swapped off this already to go to Tracer. Maybe get a good post bomb off to actually finish the fight. If you switch to Tracer now, you're going to have your post bomb up. Even if you do die, eventually it's the overtime if Misfits do get the point. Tajan, he spun out Nevix. He gets the hook. He doesn't get the kill though. And now he's under pressure because he got Bardo Grenade. He's 13 HP left. Somehow he's still alive. Eska comes to save his life.
Tactical Advisor around the side. The flankaroo works out well for Lunatic High and clears them out. Earth Shatter doesn't really manage to find his mark. And that is going to be Lunatic High successfully defending the point. There's going to be the self-destruct just to put the nail in the coffin. And Misfits cannot complete Volskaya Industries. You know, I have a feeling we might be seeing the same again on the other side, but we'll find out because it's done and in the bag for Lunatic High.
How did Tajan not die there? He hooks in Nevix. He doesn't get the kill because Anna is really hard to kill actually as a Roadhog sometimes because of the bottom of the head.
threw himself in manly as well.
And then Manton comes in, the Bardo Grenade hits him, he pops the whole hog to get away, then Eska runs in with a Tactical Advisor, picks up 2 quick kills to save his life. Like, that was insane. That was really well done by them, and I think Lunatic High are showing that you don't necessarily need to run double support at the moment if you're confident in your tanks, you're confident in Eska to be like a support and a half for your team. That was rough, but I don't know. I kind of agree with you. I don't really see Lunatic High completing the map either. I think there's always opportunity for it, especially if
there was
Misfits
chances
get
there.
too
There was
aggressive.
definitely chances for Misfits there. Certainly when Tavik got that flank in there, managed to find the kills on Dean and Toby around the back and get Esker down, but it just wasn't enough. And like we said, it was like, that's the danger of Volsky. It's the danger of almost every 2CP map. It's all about, if you can't get like literally multiple kills at once, you're going to be in a drip feed situation, especially on the last point. Obviously the first point works in your favor as the attacking team, but as you're protruding to there with your sick in mouth,
like,
Lunatic High are pretty indeed aggressive comp.
So I've seen this comp before.
Yeah.
I've seen Zebasai go up against this comp before when Misfits was playing a DreamHack. They actually played pretty much this composition. So you have Miro, you have Taejun, Eska, and ideally Toby all rushing in to get on the high ground for Misfits to actually kind of disrupt them. Then you have Jaehong, who's an insane Widowmaker. If you were actually watching, I can't remember the name of the tournament. Like literally, Uber was just casting at like 7 in the morning. It was like YouTube, YouTube APAC tournament.
The APAC Invitational thing. Yeah.
We saw Jaehong on Watch Point Gibraltar absolutely demolishing teams with his Widowmakers. So this is gonna be really tough. I don't know, Misfits have to be really careful this one because if Tavik or Nevix or Zave all get caught out, Jaehong can have easy kills.
Yeah, and they're probably going to be expecting the same thing, but now they spot the slide up surely. Jaehong coming around the side. I love the flexibility that Lunatic High actually bring to the game. Like, almost everyone can play different heroes, and that's our first shot landing. And that's going to be a bit of a surprise in the back. But Jaehong getting caught up, having to take a little bit of damage. Tavik getting some good work on him, but the problem is they've got to focus on Jaehong. Now, while this is all happening, they're giving up a first blip there. Taejun comes in, gets Nevix, gets Manhattan. That may well be it. Jaehong does get taken down by Tavik, but it doesn't matter because Taejun's just gone off and got himself a triple.
I don't know whether Nevix fell off or he jumped off, but because he dropped down, Taejun and Miro are there to able to focus him down immediately and pick up the kills. And again, Lunatic High, they have a composition that's based around really explosive, really aggressive kind of play. When they get ultimates online, if they combo them correctly, Misfits won't really be able to defend against this. But we're going to see the switch come in. Tavik has to deal with Taejun a little bit better with the Gyeonggi and Eska with the flashbang out of McCree, but this is still going to be a tough ask.
Well, yeah, 7 minutes. That's a real tough ask. It was only 4 minutes for Misfits. Well, about 4:20 overall. But for Lunatic High, it is 7 minutes to set themselves up. And as you mentioned, Taejun got himself 4 kills on that initial attack. You can't let Gyeonggi do that.
And
he's going to have himself his Dragon Blade in just a moment as well.
He's in a great position here, actually, because no one can really contest with him. There's really no one to deal with him
Oh,
long range except for Vic. But with him now down, it pretty much just opens the gates immediately for Lunatic High to take this point.
Yeah, 1 man down. And of course, it was a McCree switch as well, changing away from that soldier. Obviously has to deal with Taejun, who's just been picked off by Manhattan there. Jaehong going to get charged down. Zebasai in his face. Esker does manage to get himself 1 kill, but it's quickly reacted to. So Tavik, of course, this is the flexibility. We're talking about the flexibility of Lunatic High. Tavik, of course, switching across to the McCree. Formerly, obviously, played by Soon on Misfits. Now Tavik certainly can match him.
It's going to be really tough, actually, for I think Misfits in general to deal with Jaehong. Like, you do have Zebasai, you do have Tavik, but Jaehong's going to position himself in a way that if Tavik peeks him, like, he's going to have the kill. He's going to have an easy pick off.
There's a massive ult advantage over Lunatic High here.
Yeah, and it's going to be really tough to send Zebasai to deal with him when you need him to block like a pulse bomb coming through, or just in general to do some damage up close and personal. But you can see, you have the info side up. Anton does take down Taejun though, somehow. And Zebasai's going to immediately go for Jaehong, so they're going to shut this fight down before it even begins.
Yeah, aggressive stuff there, working out well, managing to land the hook. Miro does get himself 1, but it's quickly dealt with. Tavik built himself up that Deadeye. So Deadeye's going to be available, more importantly Misfits, they're going to have 6 ultis in the next fight.
Okay, so Eska switching from Tracer to Soldier.
So
Jaehong going to Diva.
There we go, yeah, I can say Jaehong had used his ulti in that last attack, so not that it really matters so much on the Widowmaker. Of course, he gives you the vision, but that's about all. But yeah, designed to switch across.
So not ready to Diva, which means Tavik is not really going to have too tough a time. He's going to be able to actually get a good, clean Deadeye off, unless we do see Taejun get in his face and reflect. Has to actually switch from the Soldier to Reaper now, so when we get a little bit up close and personal, kind of like what we saw on Hollywood Hollywood on the tiebreaker part of it, where we saw them play the Reaper up close, and as Zenyatta try to pull them down onto the point, and then just eliminate those tanks with the help of the Discord Orb. But this Deadeye is going to be huge.
Look at Manhattan off the side again. Once again, he's almost dealing with Taejun. Taejun's around the side at the moment. Tavik's going to try and get the Deadeye off. Taejun was around there. Didn't see what actually happened to him. Oh, the shield goes down just in time. Toby gets picked off there. Taejun is still loose around the side, but Miro's been picked off, and that's just about enough. Taejun has been dealt with by Manhattan. Manhattan's kind of been like the the almost designated killer of Tasia. He's kind of just like a focus on him. I think that seems to be his job. It's just like, you just protect Tavik as much as possible. Tavik, of course, can deal with him as well, but so far, so good. We're down to 4 minutes, so now Lunatic High are at the same position the Misfits were to see whether they can take this point. So far, they've got themselves that one marker, and that's a big part of it. The Misfits are in trouble.
So reminiscent of Rogue there, actually seeing a nano boosted McCree. They used to do that with Unco at AKM to get his data off quicker, so you can completely catch the team off guard and not have them be prepared. But yeah, Manton, honestly, he's been playing phenomenal. His hooks he's been hitting has been ridiculous. He's really kind of fit to the team quite well here. Has actually been able to save them quite a few times by eliminating Tasia, who hasn't been able to get his Dragon Blade off yet.
He's been sitting on it for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
3 minutes so far, but now he's actually found himself a shot into Nevix. Has to back away, but deflects, I think the sleep dart possibly there. Gets around the side. Just heard the Dragon Blade getting picked off. He's so low as well. Reinforced has been taken down by Eska, but it doesn't matter. Nevix has dealt with Tasia around the back himself. We saw that little duel going on briefly there. Miro trying to back away. And again, Misfits hold strong. And really, they didn't lose anyone. They didn't look close to losing anyone there.
Yeah, that was really well done. And that kind of goes back
to... Okay,
to...
they've changed. Look at that, Tasia. He had Dragon Blade for 4 minutes, and he switched off away from it.
I mean, they kind of have the explosive comp. Like, a Gyeonggi is really good at finishing off a map like this, but switching over the Roadhogs to give him a little bit more kill potential and pick potential. But I'm thinking back to something Vic said about Jaehong and his Gyeonggi versus Ana, and he was saying it's really hard, really difficult to take an Ana down 1v1 as a Gyeonggi, as long as, you know, the Ana player is smart and knows how to actually keep the cooldowns ready to go, like the bottom and keep you healthy and also do damage. So you saw Tasia have some struggles against Nevix there. He's a fantastic Ana player. Again, the Nano Boost coming in with the Deadeye doesn't connect though, but he still has the opportunity to pick up some kills here.
Yeah, Nano Boost still on him. Does manage to get a little couple of shots on Miro. Has to back away. Eska putting some good damage down here. This is a good chance for Lunatic High to try and push it. They need to get the kills. They get themselves one. Nevix goes down. Manaton dealt with as well. Tavik in trouble. Forced away. The self-destruct comes in. Eska on cleanup duty. And this looks like Lunatic High will be taking the map. Reinforce flies by the screen now, but he doesn't really pick anything up. Tavik will go down. Zave not going to get anything. And Eska absolutely cleaning it up. Manaton switching across to get himself shielded in there, just to try and buy as much time as he can with Mei. Nevix, nothing you can do. Zebasai trying to hold on.
But they have an Earth Shatter. That's all they're going to need here to turn the tides of this fight, because they've already been able to take down Miro. They've already taken down one tank. As long as you take down 1 or 2 people, you completely turn the tides of how a 2 CP map goes at the end here. And then force the back. Earth comes through. It catches Eska and Toby. Reinforce going to be slept off eventually, but Tavik's there in the back line doing damage.
Big Earth Shatter from Johnny there. Reinforce landing what he needed to. And while the Misfits were in all sorts of trouble there, as you mentioned, that one Earth Shatter, Lunatic High got themselves absolutely nothing. They had that first marker already, and now they're down to 120, sending Misfits into disarray. Sure, they have no ultis, they've had to switch off. Manaton's no longer on that. He's on the Mei, of course, was on the Hog for a long period of time. But a little bit of chaos! Hello! Execution from Tavik in Eska's face.
He's looking for the pulse bomb too, but he's just going to back away. There's no real need for him to commit it into this one, since Lunatic High didn't use anything into this fight. Actually, he's going for the pulse bomb. Okay, no, sorry, he backs away. I'm just really confused on how he's kind of playing this one, just trying to be more of a fly that's just distracting them until they do go for the commit.
Obviously, didn't need to be on the McCree anymore because the Gyeonggi has been switched out. Tasia now on the Tracer himself, so explosive end possibly here as Tasia tries to get the flank around. You can see Tavik chasing him down, gets around. The sleep dart comes out once again. Perfect play from Nevix. Gets in there. There's going to jump around the side. He's going to throw that pulse bomb out. No, just causes disarray. Backs out straight away. Runs the clock down. 30 seconds and counting for Lunatic High. They've had 6.5 minutes already to try and capture this final point.
This is going to be really difficult for Lunatic High. They do have the pulse bomb and the nano boost available, so they have Eska thrown onto or Miro just to get him extra tank as they push into the point here. But Tavex, he's looking for the back line. He gets the pulse bomb. He sticks it, but somehow Jaehong keeps him alive with the shield.
Rewinds, doesn't get around alive, but he managed to get the Blizzard down as well. You can see there, Manaton getting the damage in. He gets himself one. Tavik picks up Eska. Dean comes in though, gets a quick double. And this is Smite well switch on his head, but here comes the support. Tavik is still alive, trying to zip himself around. Nevix up top there. Also got Zebasai in close on the Diva. Got it nano boosted up Zebasai on Diva there. That's pretty crazy. You don't often see that one, but Miro trying to swing away with a hammer. But of course, the respawns will be in favor. You can see the self-destruct now available for Zebasai, looking to launch it over the top. That will keep them away. They're walled in. Nothing they can do. The shield comes down. It blocks it, but it's forced them off the point. We're into overtime. Johnny with the Earth Shatter once again. Reinforced swing, hit and a miss. And that is going to be all she wrote. It is going to be, once again, a tiebreaker on Nepal.
Wow, honestly, really well done at the end there by Misfits. Nevix on the high ground. He didn't drop. He stayed up there because they had no one that could contest him, and he was able to get so much free healing off. But even the Earth Shard at the end out of Reinforce was phenomenal because he caught Eska, who was using Tactical Visor, and completely counters that ultimate, catches another person within his Earth Shatter to finish off that kill. And Manton going pretty big on the mage, just delaying, buying time, doing a fantastic job. I didn't expect them to necessarily hold for 7 minutes.
7 minutes,
but
yeah.
they did it.
That is a big hold, and it looks shaky. There was about 3 times in there. It looked like it really could have gone. You got to look back at obviously that big Earth Shatter from Reinforcers. He came back out of the spawn and managed to catch them down, catch Eska, as you said. He kind of cleared them all out, which is like there's nobody dealing with Eska. Bam! Earth Shatter in your face, and straight away comes in, sweeps him out. So we've been here before, Jason. We're moving to Nepal again.
That's my question.
Is it going to be Sanctum? That's the question, because obviously it's just a random case of loading in there. We'll see whether it's going to be onto the Shrine maybe, or what. I don't know what's going to suit them better. This is the problem. This is the danger with the fact that Misfits are this new team. Sure, they've probably practiced maps. They knew the map pool coming into this one. They would have practiced the maps that are coming into it. How much of Nepal would they have practiced coming into this? Oh man, how much of control maps? I mean, Lijiang is the control map coming up, but we will find out, ladies and gentlemen, because it is going to be a tiebreaker, Nepal. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is tiebreaker time once again. And now I said it before, I'll say it again. This is only a good sign for Misfits. They are a team that have practiced together for maximum 5 days coming into this tournament, as obviously they've had this crazy mishmash of teams. 2 players from Rogue, 2 players from Luminosity, and of course the 2 remaining members of Misfits remain. And now what was a championship-winning side at E-League and DreamHack is now up against the ropes against Lunatic High as we move once again to Nepal.
Looks like comps would be generally similar. Well, never mind. Why would I even say that? I just thought Lucid's like, all right, they're similar. No, we have the Winston by Miro. We have the Tracer played by Tasia, and Eska on the Reaper. So again, trying to get in their face, trying to be doing a lot of damage. Actually, with Miro playing the Winston, they really definitely want to get in their face and kind of jump in this one. But Manson, again, he's been hitting hook after hook after hook. D not being focused on by Tavik. Problem for Lunatic High is they don't have the Reinhardts. They don't have the ability to sit behind a shield at all. They have to force these fights.
Well, I mean, while it was looking good for a moment there for Misfits, Eska comes in, gets a quick double, both tanks going down, and it forces Misfits off the point. He's going to teleport up into the point and capture that out in just a second. So, looks like Lunatic High, as they did on Sanctum in the first tiebreaker map on Nepal, will be picking up the first point.
Yeah, kind of surprised I actually see that work for them. I guess Misfits dropped in off the high ground where Eska was already waiting and had clean kills because Misfits were already a little bit low from the help of Miro, who, again, is going to be such an important factor of how these fights go because he needs to stay alive. He needs to have these shields up to allow and facilitate his team to pick up some of these kills. But you can see on this choke, Eska, he's got Wraith forms, he's not really too worried. I think Manson had his hook on cooldown, so he's not really under threat of that either. But now he's got to be a little bit careful as they're trying to come in from the side yet again.
I'm trying to keep my eye on where Tavik went. We saw him on a really long flank. There he is. He's right around the side. And I was just thinking, maybe he's in prime position to get Dean off. He's got Tactical Visor up. If he can pop around the side, Tactical Visor could get dropped. He doesn't need him for Lucio. He's got to be careful of that Sleep Dart. Now he's going to have Miro in his face, and that's something nobody wants.
Yeah, and Zabu's just going to suicide here. So again, Misfits not really able to capture the point within the first couple of minutes. Lunatic High up to 50%, and they have ultimates ready to go. I don't think they haven't used a single ultimate just yet in these fights. And Misfits have switched things over. Manitin, no longer on the Roadhog. Because obviously when there's a Reaper in the enemy team, you can't really do that too easily unless you hit those hooks. But he's going to be on the Tracer this time. So he's going to try to be a little bit more of a nuisance and get towards Dean and Toby. If him and Tavik can work really well together, it's really be hard for Lunatic High to keep the supports alive.
Well, Xavier going down instantly. There's the sound barrier going down, but honestly, I don't think it was needed. I really don't. It was looking like it was pretty much clean-up duty here for Lunatic High, 70% and counting. They almost snuck the point in there, but Lunatic High will sweep them out. And now we're going to be close to 90% before Misfits get themselves another challenge. Are we going to see 100-0 on a tiebreaker?
Well,
that would be devastating.
That would be. But credit to Lunatic, like the sound barrier agree was kind of a little bit weird until I noticed that Tavik and Nevix both popped Tactical Visor and Nano Boost. So
okay.
they were trying to actually prevent that damage with the help of the sound barrier to actually, kind of mitigate that and eliminate altogether. And it's still ready to go.
Goodbye, Tavik. In comes Dean, gets himself the kill. Eska didn't pick up a great deal there, but he gets Zebasai down. Self-destruct on point. Little overkill, perhaps. Who knows? Manaton not going to get a great deal here. Will get himself a single kill on Miro there, but that's about all she wrote. And that is going to be straightforward as Xavi gets picked off. Lunatic High take themselves 100-0 here on the pool in a real